responding to the splashes and noises of its prey. 85 million years of instinct. I always get underwater as quickly as possible and make minimal splashes on the surface. Fish are the main diet of crocodiles. They hunt them by letting them come close and grab them in a flash of speed. They hunt mostly at night in pitch darkness, using a sensory system that picks up vibration. That's why I move very slowly in the water, very deliberately. I need to move like a big crocodile. The fish becomes skittish. I sense a big predator close by. Knowing this is potentially a man-eater puts me on high alert. It disappears quickly under the papyrus into the maze of underwater tunnels. Follow cautiously. Some of these tunnels are kilometers long. Inside there are big caves hollowed out by hippos and crocodiles where they take prey to soften for eating. In here and I could die. If I dislodge sediment, I'll be in a blackout and easy prey for the crocodile. I feel the adrenaline surging through my body. I release all sense of being prey. At the end of my beam of light, I see the glint of the croc's teeth, and then like a ghost it disappears. My mind shoots back to the village. I try to push away my thoughts of the croc stalking me in the dark. The lurking croc distracts me as I move deeper into the maze. As I turn around to exit, there's that terrible feeling in my stomach. I'm confused. Everything looks different to my entry. I'm lost. It doesn't help my anxiety to find the remains of one of the crocodile's last meals. In the distance, I see a glimmer of light that I hope may lead to the main channel. I follow my instinct. It's a huge relief to be back in the sunlit channels. I make my way slowly back to the boat. Suddenly, I glimpse a familiar texture amongst the river cabbage. The crocodile has backtracked and exited the maze. I remind myself that these smaller crocs are often the most dangerous. All seems fine at first. Suddenly the croc turns on me, ready to attack. Straight for me. It was difficult to see his size because just his tail was sticking out. So I got a couple of shots of the tail and then obviously got too close to him. And he suddenly moved out and started sort of slowly swimming down current. So I swam after him and he went faster and faster and faster. And I would say he was about a 9-foot croc. 9-foot croc. Pretty much my size, maybe just a little bit bigger. Beautiful, beautiful markings and beautiful animal. As we tracked down the main channel together, suddenly he got to a point where he actually faced off. He turned around on the bottom, kind of faced me sideways, and then all of a sudden he came kind of straight for me and passed me on the left. So obviously you keep the camera up and you know try and shoot. I don't think I got the shot, but and then he swam past. But that was, for a moment there, I was out of control of the situation. I didn't know what was going on. Traveling back past the village, we get word that a cow has been taken by a big crocodile and has been seen dragging it downriver. For the villagers, this is bad news. Cattle are their currency, their symbol of wealth. But for me, this may present the chance I've been waiting for. With the smell of the fresh carcass, a huge scent trail is moving downriver, calling all the crocodiles to focus on this one large food source. The crocodiles sometimes wait a few days for the animal to soften before they begin ripping off large chunks. I worry that they may drag it underwater and I'll never see it again. Seeing the animals around the carcass, I start to get a really uneasy feeling building inside me. Greg is cautioning me against getting in the water alone under these circumstances. He thinks these animals might see me as a threat to their food and attack. Looking at these feeding crocs, I watch carefully for their aggression towards each other, imagining myself amongst them. They seem to be very accepting of each other, but how will they react to me?
Of course, now this is a whole new situation. Now you've got a lot of animals. They're all keyed into food. They are competing with each other. There's a definite hierarchy at the carcass. The bigger crocs are feeding first, and they are keeping other crocs away. So if a diver comes along and he's bobbing along the surface, if he appears to be part of that carcass, they're going to go for them. So the guys, it's a very nervous situation.
I need to try and put Greg's mind at ease. I decide to show him something else I'd experienced in Costa Rica, something that reinforced my belief that if you approach crocodiles in the right way, they can react well. So what's your sense of that?
Look, I mean, there's still a lot of unknowns in what you want to do.
Greg remained wary as I showed him what I'd seen in Costa Rica. I spent several days with a crocodile caller, Juan Betreo, who has built a remarkable relationship based on food with a number of wild crocodiles. What I found most interesting is that the crocodiles don't go for him, but rather choose the small food morsels that he gives them. It's somewhat of a mystery why they don't take him, but this was what gave me hope for diving with the feeding crocodiles. I was counting on them accepting me as another predator at the kill and not attacking. The crocodile calling art took Juan several years to develop. He slowly built the trust of the animals, drawing them closer and closer to his body. He was badly savaged during this process, but somehow managed to survive and continue. Juan has even taken his relationship further, and the crocs allow him to touch them. He shows a side to crocodiles very few know. People think I'm crazy sometimes, but it's these small things that give me confidence as I plot the feast in my head. Greg remains skeptical. He feels this situation is quite different, as he knows African crocodiles to be more aggressive than their American cousins. I'm hearing Greg's worries. I'm sensing I need someone in the water to watch my back. There is only one person who comes to mind, an old shark diving buddy. His name is Walter Bernardus, and he's always wanted to dive with crocodiles.
Walter. Ah, fantastic. It's good practice. Walter, can you hear me? How are you doing? Oh, excellent. Listen, we've got a great situation here. These crocs have taken a cow and they've stashed it up one of the side channels, and I think it's going to be an excellent opportunity. I really need you to get up here quickly, and I think bring a medic as well, because I don't know how these crocs are going to behave with food in the water. Okay, great. Listen, Greg will pick you up in Maun. Okay, all right, Walter, see you soon. Great, thanks, Greg.
So he's coming.
Walter has managed to develop extreme intimacy with giant tiger sharks. He was the first person in the world to put